If you think you're going to get the same size turkey this year, think again. This is Paul Mauro, Smart Financial. I want to update you on Thanksgiving 2025 and what's going on in the turkey business. We all enjoy Thanksgiving, and it's a great time of year to get the family together, enjoy a big feed. But what happens every year is the price of turkeys does affect how big a turkey we can afford to get and what that Thanksgiving dinner is going to cost. Now, I just interviewed a fellow on my podcast, a poultry farmer, and he was telling me about the cost of labor and production. And he said that the days of the 99-cent per pound turkey are just about over. He says, if you actually look at the cost of producing a turkey, farm raised, fresh turkey with labor, you're talking like $10 a pound. It's very labor dependent. He was actually telling me that they use student visas for people that are studying agriculture to come in the United States and work for them for a certain period of time. And those young people help contribute to keeping the cost of the turkeys down. But if you can't get immigration labor and you can't get labor in general that's inexpensive, guess what? The cost of any kind of agriculture, we might all see the prices go up so that we're going to have a little bit less turkey. In fact, right now the cost is up to $2.08 a pound. So you should plan on a little bit more money in your budget for this year's turkey. The average person eats 1 pound of turkey. So if you have 15 people, you get a 15-pound turkey. If you have 25 people, like we sometimes do at our Thanksgiving feed, you get a 25-pound turkey. You're going to spend more money to get the turkey for the family, but I'm a big believer in sticking with tradition. So the cost is up, production is down because less hands to harvest turkeys. You know, turkeys have to be slaughtered and cleaned and packaged and all that stuff. And what's interesting is that most turkeys are slaughtered around 19 weeks. They don't produce the amount of natural born babies that they were if they were around for 36 or 48 months. I mean, they really cut their lives in half. That's to satisfy the needs of the public who wants fresh killed turkeys every Thanksgiving to feed their family. This year in 2025, turkey's going to be more expensive, and essentially they're having a shortage of people to raise the turkeys. So this year at Thanksgiving, I'd like you to consider, while you're having your Thanksgiving with the family, some of the other things that you can do as a family other than just sharing Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving is a great time to bring up the subject of additional dwelling units, ADUs. Additional dwelling units are when a younger generation and an older generation take a piece of real estate, they add a granny mansion, or we used to call it an in-law apartment or apartment over the garage. The additional dwelling unit regulations have become very liberalized. It's a very popular way for families to do joint real estate ventures. It's extremely good financial planning. It's extremely good estate planning, and it's unbelievably good long-term longevity planning, because one of the greatest features of longevity is having socialization, family, and a great reason to get up in the morning like your grandkids are living down the hallway. So this year, when you're having Thanksgiving, talk about turkeys report, but also talk about ADUs and how they might go together for you to have more family time and to help extend the longevity of the people in your family that you care about. Staying up to date on things like the price of turkeys and the favorability of ADUs, that's just part of the art of being smart.